Okay, here's the tough part sometimes, public involvement, all right? So change is hard. It took me like 5 years. I mean, I might be slower than your average bear, and being an engineer, we're not trained in change, right? We're not necessarily change agents, we're engineers. So it took me a long time to figure out. I have this cartoon in here, and this is from somewhere in Europe, right? We all kind of had this impression that, oh, the Europeans are doing them, and everyone loves them, and there's no issues. And they have the same issues. It's humans. We're all human. We all have the same essential issues. We're concerned about change. We don't like change. We have natural apprehension. Another, European one, and and then here's some, beware the scourge of traffic circles, and they'll get, they're going to use us for experiments. The state's broke and they're spending money like drunken sailors. I think the roundabout's wrong. I mean, so these are the type of things that have gone on at almost every roundabout across North America and Europe for that matter. So, this is, I'm sure some of you are familiar with the roundabouts up in the Vail Valley. This was the first interchange they did up there, and they went through the same things. Lots of worry. This is their main way into town, and obviously if people can't get in there, people are not going to come and spend money. So, the editorial board said, maybe it's not so bad. We had a lot of concerns, but people seem to have figured it out. And so and there's done, this is a project in Wisconsin. This is one of the first roundabouts in a smaller town in the middle of Wisconsin. Side street, lots of delay, school buses waiting, just lots and lots of delay. This is a state highway through the town. So we looked at a number of alternatives. The conventional alternatives to fix this problem were all very expensive, more expensive than the roundabout. And so the roundabout got constructed, and I got this quote from the local paper. As a resident of the neighborhood for 55 years, Earl, who's 82, figures the roundabout will control traffic. They've got it marked well, and that'll help because people will have to slow down some, said Earl, who took his turn around it on Tuesday. I went around, here's the best part. This is in Wisconsin, this is a strong endorsement. I went around it, and it's not any worse than any other street. And that's kind of what we're shooting for, right? We don't want to oversell. This isn't like sliced bread, but here's a public involvement case study number 2. So that you've seen a little bit of this intersection already with this pedestrian. This was a challenging intersection. You had trucks that were going over curbs. It's an older intersection. You have a gas and convenience store on the corners. You had lots of queuing and congestion during the afternoon, people coming and going from work, etc. This video kind of pans off to the right here in a moment and just shows a long line of cars. See if it gets to it. I'll trust that you know what a long line of cars looks like. So we looked at what are we going to do? With the signal, we were going to widen, add a turn lane here, extend the turn lane on this leg, which was going to remove some of the business access that they had here for a two-way left turn lane. We're going to move the road about 15 feet closer to 4 homes along here. We had a little impact to a cemetery. They didn't seem to mind either way. We had a little impact on this corner as well. The roundabout, we could preclude widening the road, so we weren't going to chew into people's front yards. We had impacts here. These guys were going to lose their access with the signal, and so this impacted buildings that they were going to be impacted anyway. The guy who was here, the auto potty guy, ended up buying the remnant and building a new shop with better access. We maintained the business access for this convenience store here. Same thing with the cemetery. They didn't care either way. And we maintained there's a small dentist office here. So this is a funny part. When I was out there constructing this project, this guy showed up, recently retired, showed up every day to tell me there's no way this was going to work. Every single day he's out there. So this is opening day, is a big deal. We don't get visitors to our intersection opening days, right? And this is the village administrator, Pat Dan, and his high school buddies, I don't know, and his granddaughter. And the telling thing was that the barricades came down, the policemen went through, and it was open. Everyone, oh my God, what's going to happen? And the beautiful thing was, I looked over at Pat Dan after about a minute, and everyone started looking at their watch. Maybe I should go mow the lawn. Maybe I should go get some groceries. There's nothing going on here. And it was a non-event, okay? And that's the project that opened up, non-circular to fit the site, pretty challenging. You know, this convenience store, subsequent to the roundabout going, they have expanded. They bought the lot next door. They put in a bigger, nicer store with more gas pumps. That was the roundabout there. The village put in 4 more roundabouts. They liked it so much. All right, last case study we're going to end on. This is the Monterey Peninsula. So up north here, Highway 1 is up to San Francisco, etc. This is the entrance to the Pebble Beach community in the Monterey Peninsula, primary access. Here's the off-ramp and the on-ramp to the highway. This is the entrance to the Pebble Beach golf and housing community. This is back towards Monterey this way. Very congested, problematic intersection for a couple of decades. You notice emergency response stuck in the signal, in the traffic. There's a hospital located right here from the intersection. So emergency response. So real briefly, our alternative analysis showed the conventional approach with 4-laning the road and 2 signals was going to cost around $27 million. The roundabout, we ended up with 2 roundabouts plus another one, a small little one at the entrance here, was estimated at $12 million. So a saving of $15 million in addition to a significant reduction in widening and pine trees and other vegetation, etc. So there it is. It got opened up. A very challenging project. Doesn't look particularly that exciting, but it's a pretty very challenging project, I will say. They have lots of events on Monterey. They have lots of events in Pebble Beach. Car loading week was a big concern. The local paper came out and said it's a great project, good use of funds. And I'm going to end it with a 4-minute video, if I may, that has some, turn the volume back on. It's not often that we, the microphone, but it looks like I don't know if there's the microphone, but it looks like my internet's off. A little icon there. We'll find out.
Highway roundabout is completely new for this area. But now you see, it's so easy. Even the engineering trucks can go through. Who knows, maybe even a fire truck can go through. You think it can do it again? Oh, look at that, there it goes, it can do it again. And I guarantee you that's way faster than it would have been when we had all those stoplights. All right.
Roundabouts prove to be safer than signalized intersections. I know Rich Deal, our traffic engineer, who's the real city rep who's made this happen for us, assured us that it was safer. And being a grandpa who said, I have to drive a roundabout, he was right. Even I can get through this thing, Rich. Aesthetics. Isn't this thing beautiful? And the landscaping hasn't grown in yet, really. This looks so much better than it did before. And when I first saw it, I thought, how are they going to make this attractive? They did. It's so outstanding.
It worked out beautifully. And I can speak as a resident because I had lived just inside the gate for more than 20 years. And I saw it when it was just traffic. And I saw it and was participatory in the community gatherings to decide whether or not this was going to be a good idea, through the design phase, through the construction, and then today here. And I must tell you that at every step of the way, there was really a lot of community involvement. And I think that's one of the things that made such a big difference. The communication that TAMC brought forward with the community kept us all apprised of what was happening. And so there were no unexpected situations. You know, we knew when it was going to be delayed. But for me, as the resident, I must say I am so pleased. There was traffic, there were problems before the idea of a roundabout, and now there's none. As you see people go by giving us the thumbs up, it shows that the community is with us.
We are all very, very dependent on this vital link in our transportation network.
What a team effort. If you look at the middle of the circle is the heart of our community. There's arms that extend to Carmel, Pebble Beach, Pacific Grove, Chomp, Monterey, Highway 1 north and south, and connecting all of our communities in a manner that is improving safety, which is, I think, our overriding concern in any road design and how we prioritize projects. This improves safety. It also improves the ability of emergency vehicles to get to Chomp. This project is a proven success, and it will indeed be the model as TAMC looks and other communities look to replicating this model in other thoroughfares in Monterey County, particularly Highway 68.
On behalf of our 2,300 employees and our 400 physicians, want to thank everybody for the work on the roundabout. It has improved the congestion. We have a saying in the medical field, time is muscle. And so if you're coming to the hospital and you're having a stroke or a heart attack, believe it or not, 15 seconds makes a world of difference. So many thanks to everybody involved. Community Hospital and Montage Health is very appreciative. Thank you.
It's not often that we get videos like that, and so it's this is available on out there if anyone wanted to look at it. So it's a nice summary of a project that turned out really well for that community.